Welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my spoiler and ending explained for Kaleidoscope. Let me know your thoughts and feelings at the end. Let's jump in. Spanning 25 years, Kaleidoscope is an all-new anthology series following a crew of masterful thieves and their attempt to crack a seemingly unbreakable vault for the biggest payday in history. So the episode titles, you have Yellow, which is 6 weeks before, Green 7 years before, Blue 5 days before, Violet 24 years before, Orange 3 weeks before, Red the morning after, Pink 6 months after, and White, which is the heist. Okay, so when you get to after the heist or during the heist, those are the two episodes where the story is going to be revealed, and you might be asking yourself, what the hell did I just watch? What's actually going on with this series? It's all over. I don't know which episode I watched when. Isn't there a proper order? I understand something, but I think I've missed some. So what happened to the characters? So let's explain. Jai Courtney's character, the safe cracker himself. Firstly, he had his throat crushed by his love. The woman came in with a crowbar and we thought he was dead. In fact, the series, in one of the episodes or two of the episodes, lets us think that he actually is dead. We see him then shove that pen into his throat and he somehow survives that moment to all but get shot by the FBI when he finally tracks down his wife again. He's trying to get back to her, also trying to kill one of the other main protagonists. FBI come and have a shootout with him, and he's happy. He dies happy because there's blood in the sand, and the sand turns red, and that's where he wanted to end with all his money, so he smiles. Which I thought was a weird cathartic death for the character that we love to hate. Thought Ava Mercer's character dying was one of the saddest ones. She has one of the stories that most impacted me during the series because of how she got to where she was, who she became she was, the person that raised her or was her nanny she's been looking after. Ice tried to take her away. She gets involved back with the heist group because she doesn't want Ice to take her nanny or the person she considers to be her family. But then she ends up with our group and we think she's going to have a happily ever after with our main protagonist, Leah Pop, who's got Parkinson's, and you think they're going to spend the rest of their time together. The thing, she has all the guns around her room. She still ends up getting shot by some nobody who's come to this weird dude. And I thought like that was the most injustice for our character. She tries pulling the trigger, and that's where she drops off. And we have Leo Pup, who screams and obviously gets upset and stabs the guy. San Loomis survives. Congratulations. But what does this survive with? Nothing. The girl that he loves, the wife that's not his, that should have been his, waiting to get out of jail, eventually overcomes all, even survives the heist, and yet he's eating his tacos or something, and she leaves with all the money and the car, and that was just sad. Nazim, the obsessed FBI agent, she could have had her family back. She was on tracks, but she let her obsession break down her new relationship as well as get herself killed by what I'm guessing is one of the three main, the guys that have all the money that it was all about, which we'll talk about in a bit what actually happened at the end. I'm pretty sure, as we have that one line of dialogue, these are the type of guys you don't want to mess with, because when you're walking past the street, they will just touch you with something and then you'll be poisoned and die. And that is how she dies. And it was just terrible. Roger Salas is the guy that the revenge story is all about, played by Rufus Sewell. And he just gets 20 years in jail, which is awful considering how much he's done. The whole revenge story is driven towards Roger Salas. I don't know, the injustice of him getting 20 years, coming out in 8 years, and then probably starting a business, getting his family back and making all the money back, just sucks. Hannah Kim, played by Tati Gabrielle, I thought her character playing as the daughter, we've seen her in Sabrina and other things, I think she's a fantastic actress. I felt like she was massively underutilized. We didn't see her much at all, considering how the end of the story or the main arc revolves all around her. The moment I saw her, I knew that was going to be to do with her. The moment we see her involved in security and the back doors, I knew it was going to be to do with her and her partner when her partner comes in bringing all the paper. And then when she opens the security door holding all the boxes of paper, that is where all the bonds were actually going. So while the heist was having a heist, they were doing their own heist, stealing all the bonds. Now, what you might not have caught, because the dialogue was so soft and the music was loud at the same time when she was speaking to her father, was she took all the bonds, cleaned all that money, the billions, and gave it back to the bad guys. So the bad guys get richer, have their own islands and money, and she gets to stay alive with her partner and her child and live happily ever after in their nice apartment. So she sold out everybody. The story and the conclusion, the moral of the story at the end of the day was protect yourself, those closest to you, because everybody will outdo you. Nobody will really try and help you at the end of the day. And stealing is bad. You all will die. Yes, partly good. But man, as a conclusion to the story, a revelation. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know the why and the how, the execution of it. But the fact that we didn't get a Hollywood ending, I guess a more realistic ending, probably doesn't sit well with me. Oh yes, and let's not forget about the injustice of RJ being shot and shoved in a bin. Probably my favorite character. This whole story is injustice of people not getting what they set out to get, not really getting the dream. I guess stealing is bad, but then the bad guys get richer. It doesn't have a nice sit in the back of your throat, but it plays well. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Did you catch the ending? Did you understand what it meant? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Thanks so much for hearing this kind of short recap of what happened to your characters. If you didn't quite get what happened to all of those characters and the ending, did you catch that bit? Because the dialogue was so soft at that time. Did it make you happy? Did you like it? I'll chat to you in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.